Okay, so on a lighter note after that last one, let's let's talk about something a little more pleasant. We have a guy here named Lucian Allan that sent in some tattoos. Let's see what he's working with here.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's got this like
Demony guy?
demon guy in between some blocky
Tribal-y stuff?
tribally stuff. So
And like
black and some kind of a wolf on the side of it.
gladiator guy?
Gladiator guy. Yeah. Yeah, that's quite the thing. Not sure what the overall idea here was.
With this arm sleeve.
Well, this looks like it was this looks like it was an entire sleeve design, but it doesn't look like it at the same time, right? Like it kind of looks like they had a couple ideas and no idea how to build them together.
And then they just put like weird shit in between.
Yeah, this is like, oh, what am I going to do with this awkward space? Let's put big, giant things and large fields of black. I don't know what this character at the top is.
No, I don't know.
Like, it looks like a zombie or something, or like a White Walker almost. I don't know what the
Maybe
fuck it
it's
is.
something from like Greek or Roman mythology and we just don't
You know what the funny
We
thing
don't know.
is like it adheres to my idea of like a sleeve in some sense, like in that it seems to be the case that he has three images. We only have the outside view of this. He has some kind of a wolf or something, a bear or whatever the fuck that is. Whatever that thing is at the top is some kind of zombie creature or whatever. And then he's got the Roman soldier at the bottom.
But all of it should have been way bigger.
Well, it's all very small and weirdly placed. Like, now imagine if that wolf bear guy, whatever snout thing, is farther out, right? And you reduce the size of that chunky block stuff, and you cut off that zombie guy. Maybe you see a bit of his shoulders. You
and
make
do
his
mostly face.
whatever the fuck he is somehow now much more recognizable
And menacing.
because then you can do the detail in the face a lot bigger. And now the Roman is the entire forearm.
Yeah.
I like the way they use the chunky stuff for flow.
Yeah.
Like that's
It's kind of like a wind bar.
yeah, they're using that stuff like a wind bar. So there was some, like, that's why I say this looks like it was laid out as a sleeve. Like there was some intention to create movement and flow to this, but it just kind of like they got the sizing and stuff wrong on it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think everything should have been bigger.
I do like the idea of making like they did a kind of cool thing where they did like negative lettering and then chunky black lettering at the back. I'm not sure why though, because it doesn't really make sense for that to just start at the top and nowhere else. Like, I don't quite understand if they were worried about losing the guy's head or something, but like it's just a little weird that happens there.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they weren't sure how to wrap it on the shoulder, and that was just their way of fixing that starting point, so it just doesn't just start.
A thing that I like to do sometimes when I see sleeves that like years ago would have made absolutely no sense to me is like I like to try and put myself in the mind of the guy doing it, like what the thought process was. But like the guy is pretty light, right? Like this guy is pretty light. Like he's pretty fucking tonal. Like
Yeah.
we're not talking about a 10 out of 10 here, but like for what they were up to, it makes more sense to have that solid black behind him at the top. You know, keep the same thing going. It really does, because then all of a sudden he's standing out, whereas it looks almost like he is in reality standing in front of one of these or behind one of these and in front of one of them.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like they're creating a scene that he's a part of. But like, what kind of a fucking scene? Like, at what point in life do these things show up?
And also, like, for me, it kind of fucks with the lighting, because, like, to me, the lighting is coming sort of from this, like,
Yeah.
front side, but then all of a sudden, the brightest part of the tattoo is behind him. So, I mean, if you were gonna go with the lighting, he should be backlit.
Yep.
Which that really kind of, like, screws with my mind.
So for me, like, the whole thing was making sense until the top. Like, it's like, okay, why is that suddenly darker there? Like, I don't quite understand what happened. Because it does look like the way that they laid this out, it was supposed to be some kind of a scene. But, like, I don't know what happened at the top there. So, we've talked enough about that. Well, let's move on to this back piece.
Lord of the Rings. No, not Lord of the Rings.
I don't know what
this
that
is. Naruto.
Is that Naruto?
Yes.
I don't know anything about Naruto.
Yeah, no.
I'm a filthy casual when it comes to anime.
I saw statues in a river and I thought Lord of the Rings, but no, this is Naruto. It's the Valley of the End or something like that.
So, is there a reason why that waterfall block is like so fucking small for some reason? Like, why is it halfway up his back?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they decided to get this.
Well, that's here or there, but like to me, this is an easy enough fix. Once I understand what the fuck that waterfall is, it's like, why don't we do a sky behind it?
Yeah, I don't know why we don't have a sky behind it.
Or like a mountain formation or something.
This is like the idea is it's a battle scene of like two different great ninjas.
Oh.
In two different times. So like these
why don't they have faces?
These two, because they're stone statues.
No,
so, like,
but like,
yeah, they're supposed to be stone statues.
Look
right?
at the fucking detail in there.
I know.
It just goes away. It's very fuzzy
this
too.
This guy is Madara, and this guy I can't remember his name, but he's a Hokage guy, and they had a battle here, and he defeated this guy. And then Naruto and Sasuke have a battle here, and that's nerdiness.
Are they? They're like stone. Though,
yeah,
right?
it's stone. It's carved into the side of a cliff.
So then the texture doesn't really look stony.
I know.
Like, I get that they are statues because like they're placed in a way that you would have statues and they're of the size that statues would be, but they look like fabric-y. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, and the hair looks fabric-y. Like it.
Yeah, they definitely, I think, do look too soft to be carved out of the rock.
When I see things like this, and like I'm not trying to be a complete hater, it's like, oh, I'm a better artist than I think I am. Because like that water it's only water because I know it is.
Right.
It looks like a curtain. It looks like a tattered curtain. It does not have a wet feeling to it at all. Like, in order to do that, they needed to have parts of that be lighter and parts of that be darker.
I just don't understand why you'd want this out of all the things from this like series that you could tattoo to your body. Why you would just get this like monument on?
I
your back.
don't know why people get QR codes on their forehead. But I'm not here to judge people's decisions.
Could have done just like a badass battle scene between the two of them and it would have looked cooler.
I always think it's a sad thing that happens when someone gets a large back piece that could be cool, but they go to someone who can't pull it off. And I think it's like the artist should tell them no and get them to someone who can.
Right.
Like, remember that girl the other week that wanted that Medusa back piece thing? I was like, oh, they want a full back piece.
Yeah.
You can't do a full back piece.
No.
Like, we're not going to fuck up your full back just because
No.
you don't know what the fuck you're looking at.
No.
Right? Like sometimes what will happen is a client will go, oh, I like that person. They can do all my tattoos. And it's like, no, they can't do all your tattoos. And they should be sober enough to tell you no.
Right. Yeah. I haven't done any back pieces. I was pretty straight up about that. I was like, if you want a full back, I can't do this. So...
Wow, you shouldn't be doing that for a long time. Like, Carrie's just now starting to do them, but...
Right? Like, that's not the scale I'm working in. I wouldn't even... It would be a mess. It
exposes you. Like, whatever your shortcomings are going to be on display on a large scale. But we had one of the people who used to work at this shop, who's out on her own now, had a guy come in to rework some very bad armor that was done on his shoulder. And... she was just like, I can't fucking do this, and send him to Rick. It's like, a lot of tattooers are just like, they're hungry for money. They don't give a fuck. They're just gonna do whatever tattoo comes their path, whether they can pull it off or not. And it's like, it's good to do. Like, you don't want to be giving people things like this that are out of your range. You know, this one isn't the worst I've ever seen. It's a good moment to go, oh, I see what this could have been.
Yeah.
Right? If the artist should have been able to recommend someone in the area that could have done this scale better. Anyway, I don't want to beat this back piece to death forever. Oh, I'm assuming this is Naruto too.
Yeah, so this is his dad.
It's just so funny looking.
And he's summoning like this, like, I don't know. He's like trading his life. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it's like a death kind of
What has he got in his mouth? Is it a knife?
Yeah.
Like a switchblade or something?
Yeah, it's like a knife. It's like you sacrifice your life to like summon this guy, and it's like a trade.
I love this photo. It's like over top of a bathroom sink.
Yeah.
What is in the sink? Is that a bunch of cords?
It's a hair straightener.
Okay, there's a lot of cords in that sink. I was trying to figure out if it was like a ball of hair or something, or like, I don't know. It's really weird.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, the lighting's okay. So they won on that one. Yeah, goddamn.
See, this would have made a better back piece than the back piece that they had. This would have been a really cool back piece.
Well, at this size, it's like, why? Why isn't Naruto like, the full forearm, and then this guy is like up here on the middle of the arm or something?
Right? Well, like, yeah, I just think this would have been a better back piece. Yeah, it's too tiny.
I mean,
there's like a lot going on here.
Yeah, this feels very, very small and inconsequential.
And it feels not finished. Like, I think
it's definitely not finished.
His hair is supposed to be white, but it needs shading, so I don't think it's done.
You cannot tell me this is finished.
I think there's definitely more detail needing to go up there in that demon guy's.
Like, no part of me would assume that this is the finished piece.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my natural inclination when you give me this is, oh, they've got more work to do. The funny thing is like the face that they got in the little Naruto guy at the bottom is actually pretty good for the size it is. Like, that's hard to do. Like, I'll give credit where credit's due. It's hard to get a face that size to look that, like, close to the reference.
It does look really good.
But what is the face below? Like, there's something else here. There's like a fucking eyes and a nose or something.
No, that's his flak jacket.
It looks like another little face.
They all wear this like green jacket that has these like little pockets.
It looks like a little face.
Yeah,
like, he looks like he's like got like a South Park face.
It's his jacket.
He's just like, hi,
it's
guys.
like a little vest. Yeah.
I think some color would probably help here. They got red eyes, I think. Is that red eyes in there, or am I? Nope.
He's seeing things.
And then we get the bottom of the sleeve, the other sleeve.
Of the Spartan.
The Spartan is, like, the details in him are pretty good, but they'd be better if they were bigger. That's what I would say. And I think the sleeve is better than the back piece from a layout, because they at least used the arm, right? But I think it's not too hard to upgrade that back piece with some dark shading in places and build out the sky or mountain or whatever the fuck, so it doesn't just look like he's got like one of those halter tops where it just goes around your
like a tube top
back and your breasts.
Yeah, it's a tube top.
And you just open at the top.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very strange way to leave that guy's back.
Yeah, I think like maybe a sky would be kind of cool, or like, I don't know, you maybe throw the nine tails up there.
There had to be something at the top of that visual.
Yeah,
you can't just end this way.
There likely would have been sky, but like I mean, I don't know how much room he has up there, but he could probably like throw the nine tails like demon fox over there.
I think build the scene. Cool. Build the scene, like, because like it has to make sense to the uninitiated still. So like, if I don't know Naruto, it's like, okay, well, whatever. It's statues on a water, like in front of a waterfall.
Yeah, it's a classic image.
So then you just have like a sky.
Yeah.
Right? Make the scene. Because it's like, yeah, if I like it, I'll know what it is. But otherwise, it still should intuit as like, oh, there's a scene happening here. Mm-hmm. Right? Now it just looks unfinished. It looks like there's nothing over top of that waterfall.
Yeah, just empty.
Yeah, I don't know. I could put some more depth in this with some harder black in places and build some kind of a scene out of it. And I don't think it's beyond helping, but I don't think it's ever going to be what it could have been.
Yeah.